Teare here in Boston, 3:52 in the mile. How are you feeling about the race?
Kind of indifferent about it. I think definitely wasn't really the race plan I was going for. We're out really hard, and I feel like we haven't really touched a lot of speed stuff. So I think we're like 54 low for the first four, and that I felt pretty shitty immediately. So I think coming back into 60, it's kind of hard to claw your way back out of that and kind of get back on the pace. So, had to do a lot of work, kind of the last 700, and I was actually really happy with how I kind of fought back after basically getting passed by Lalo Herrera. So I felt like I kind of mustered up a little something in the end there, but yeah, I was hoping to be, in the 348, 349 range. And just, I think with a different race, I could have been there. But, not everything's perfect. I think, honestly, that second heat was almost perfect. And I'm not really sure why they ended up, switching around some of the guys that ended up being in different heats. But, I think if we could have gotten, the right heat, the right pacing, it would have been perfect. But, just got to kind of get in the groove of going out fast. I feel like that's what a lot of the diamond leagues are like. So, just got to adapt. So I felt like I still was pretty gritty and did as much as I could with the race.
Yeah. So you were going off to just sub 350, or were you actually targeting the American record?
I think, I didn't really, it's hard to know really where I am. I feel like I've been training really well, but it's just such a different kind of type of training. So it's hard to know exactly where I am, especially over a mile, not having raced it yet this season. I think a 3K, we've been doing basically everything is strength. So a 3K, you can fake it a little bit, and I feel like I didn't really have the clothes I wanted to 2 weeks ago at Milrose, and I felt like we kind of worked on some of that stuff over the last 2 weeks. But yeah, still just a hard way to run it, and I would have liked to be at least in range where I felt like I could have had an opportunity to kind of strike at the American record, but today just wasn't that day. So I don't doubt that it'll come in the future, but still kind of just getting adapted. I really didn't race for 7 months after Worlds, so just kind of getting back in the groove of that as well.
Yeah. How long did it take for your injury to heal, and how's the transition to Bowerman?
Yeah, I mean, I basically took almost 2 months off after Worlds, and then I did one workout at home, and then got back to Eugene and was immediately thrown into the swing of things. So I felt like I definitely had a lot of adapting to do in the fall, but once we got up to Flagstaff, I felt like I was kind of in my stride with the new training, and kind of just adapted to the guys and everything. So I feel like I had a really good 7 or 8 week block in flag as well. So yeah, I mean, I can't complain about anything. There's been really no hiccups in the last couple months. It's just, getting back and racing a little bit more, and pushing myself and getting used to that spot where you're really hurting again. So yeah.
Yeah, well, a lot of guys in their first year in Bowerman, they'll struggle a little bit. They don't come out and run 7:34 in their first few months. So were you pretty pleased with how that went?
Yeah, definitely. I think I was really fortunate to have kind of that transition year where I wasn't in college, but before joining a team. So I think that helped me, and kind of having some experience on the bigger stages. And now just getting into the swing of things has definitely been a lot harder. And definitely, kind of some of that stuff that we didn't touch a lot under my last program. So just adapting to that, getting used to some new stimulus, and I think really in the long run, once we get to June, July, August, it's going to start paying off a lot. I think I was talking to my agent, and he was like, if you had run 357, I would have been concerned, and honestly, if I had run 347, it would have been a little concerning just because it's so early. So I think we're going to go back to Eugene, hunker down there for a little bit, just get in some really good training, some volume, and hopefully get into some diamond leagues and just some fast races and go after some good times, and really just go for wins.
Yeah.
You had teammates at USA's and in Europe as well. Did you consider going to either of those races, or why'd you end up here at BU?
I think really for me, just with so long off racing, I don't think I was ready to go into some of those really big meets. Like USA's I probably could have done, but Josh Thompson was there, but he was doing a lot of racing. He raced 3 weeks in a row. He was going to come here and make it a 4th week, but decided to shut that down. And I think just like for me, I want to have as consistent of training as possible. And I think the racing comes pretty naturally, and just getting used to a lot more of the training stuff. So kind of just picked and choose. Wanted to do a 3K to start, and then a mile, and was maybe going to do the 1500 at Sound Running, but I think right now it's just like such a long-term goal with the season. So like I just want to train and just like continue to progress there, and I have the right guys around me, and just continue to push myself in training, and soon the racing will come and we'll get more consistent, like definitely outdoors and towards USA's, and even after I want to race a lot. So trying to just have like a really good base under me before that.
Has there been any talk of the dreaded 10K moving up in distance, or is Jerry sort of having you stick with the...
Jerry said at the very earliest after 2028. So
you got a couple...
I was very pleased with that answer. I still think that's too soon, but definitely nothing of that type of thing super soon. I think he definitely thinks I'm a 5K guy, and I'm still trying to prove that I'm a 1500 guy. So, maybe I'll just fall somewhere in between. Maybe I'll do both. Maybe I'll specify one. But for now, kind of in that middle ground. So still trying to figure out where I really belong.
Have you decided this year which event to go after?
No. I think both of them are good options. I thought it was really funny when Drew said that the like 5K team's impossible to make, because like it is definitely the deepest team and so many guys that could kind of be on either side. So for me, I'll have to pick. I think I could be really competitive in a 5K, but I also just want to keep developing the 1500 as well. And I think, seeing guys like Yard run, some of the stuff that he's been running, it's really inspiring. And like, I want to definitely be on that level and kind of, compete with him. I think, he's kind of the guy that's at the world stage right now in that event. And like, I think I could be right up there with him. I raced him all throughout high school and college. So I think the 15 is what I'd hope to do, but might do both. Who knows? Yeah.
And why did you choose to join Bowerman rather than, you could have stayed with Ben Thomas, do what Cole's doing right now.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to join Bowerman?
I think I was at the point where, it was kind of up in the air with that group, and, I had so much success there, and it was like a really, really hard decision. And obviously, like, those are some of my best friends, and Ben Thomas had been absolutely nothing but great to me, and an amazing coach. But I think I had to kind of make the choice to explore what was really working, and I just saw Bowerman, and you see what like kind of the year that Grant had last year and everything, and the nice thing is it's not like the NBA or something where you sign long-term contracts. Like, it's pretty fluid. Like, I didn't even have to sign anything, and I was on Bowerman. So, you kind of have that option to go where fits you. And I think I really wanted to, give Bowerman a try and see what, like I said, like that different stimulus. It's very different gears when it comes to the training and stuff. So, I'm just like excited to see where it goes. And really, the long-term goal is 2028, and being the best I can for like Olympics on the American soil. So, have a couple years to see if, this is the right group, or, a couple years, maybe go somewhere else, maybe go back to, Ben Thomas, who knows. But for now, I think it's been a really good transition. And I think, again, like you said, this is a program that you need a year or two to kind of get adjusted to. So going to give myself that, and, just bank on making that Paris team, and kind of go from there.
Was staying in Eugene like a pro or a con for you in making the decision?
I don't know. I was really excited to go to Portland, but I also think probably a better situation for me than like some of the other guys coming from Portland to Eugene. Like, I can't imagine 34-year-old Evan having to move his child and his wife to a college town. And for me, like, I got a bunch of friends there. I mean, all the guys are there now, so it wasn't a bad transition, but I also was kind of looking forward to a change. So, but again, that's like, we go to Flagstaff, we go to Park City, we'll be in St. Moritz and stuff over the summer. So like I can't complain that much.
When you are in town, do you still link up with like the Oregon Track Club guys for easy runs and stuff? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. I see them all the time. I mean, like those. I lived with Reed for 5 years. Cole's been one of my best friends. You know, Matt, Jack, all of them. So I see them all the time. And I mean, I haven't been back there in almost 3 months now. So I'm looking forward to going back and kind of having some time, just like lay low, be in my own space, and like hang out with those guys, get back to training, and kind of doing all that stuff. So
Cool. Well, thank you for the
awesome.
time, Cooper.
Yeah, thanks.